Storytime at home.
Hi, it's Miss Kelly from the Reading Library. I'm here to share a story with you called Nobody Hugs a Cactus by Goodrich. Hank lived in a pot. The pot sat in a window, and the window looked out at the empty desert. It was hot, dry, peaceful, and quiet, just the way Hank liked it. But every now and then, somebody would interrupt Hank's peace and quiet. "Hi, Hank," Rosie the tumbleweed called out. "Isn't it a beautiful day?" Hank ignored her. He just wanted to be left alone. Oh, how's he feeling there? He looks grumpy. "Okay, so long," said Rosie cheerfully as she tumbled away. And Hank was happy again. But just as he was beginning to relax, "Hello," shouted a tortoise. "Private property," yelled Hank. "Keep out." The tortoise was so frightened, he hid in his shell. Hank was still yelling at the tortoise when a jackrabbit dashed by. "Hiya, Prickles," she shouted. "My name isn't Prickles," Hank yelled back, "and stay out of my yard." Why do you think the jackrabbit called Hank Prickles? Prickly. "Tumbleweeds, tortoises, jackrabbits. What's next?" said Hank. A coyote came loping by. "No dogs allowed," Hank yelled. "I'm not a dog," said the coyote, "and you are as prickly on the inside as you are on the outside." Oh, how could you be prickly on the inside? Before Hank could yell back at the coyote, a cowboy strode past. "Keep off the grass," shouted Hank. "Ha! What grass?" said the cowboy. "Seems to me somebody needs a hug. Too bad nobody hugs a cactus." "Hi," said a lizard. "Who invited you?" said Hank. "And just in case you're wondering, I don't want a hug." "Well, that's good," said the lizard, "because I don't want to give you one." And then he skittered away. "Hoo, hoo, hoo, hoo." An owl landed on the roof. "Well, if you're looking for a hug," said Hank, "oh, I guess I could give you one." "Who, me?" said the owl. "You must be joking." And for the first time, Hank began to feel a little lonely. The next morning, Hank was feeling more sad on the inside than prickly. Maybe a hug wouldn't be so bad after all. The wind began to pick up. An old cup blew by and stuck to Hank's face. His arms were too short to get it off. "Great," said Hank. After a while, Rosie came bouncing by. "I'll get it off for you, Hank," she shouted, and she jumped up to knock the cup off Hank's face. And then she tumbled away. Hank didn't have time to thank Rosie. Oh, he felt bad about all the other times he had been so rude to her. So he came up with a plan. I think Hank's mood is starting to change. What do you think? Hank decided to grow the best flower he could and then give it to Rosie as a thank you gift. Good idea. It took days, but at last it was ready. He couldn't wait for Rosie to pass by again. When at last she finally did come bouncing back, Hank held out the flower. "Look, Rosie," he said, "I grew it just for you." Rosie was so surprised, she jumped up and gave Hank a great big hug. It felt so nice, Hank didn't want to let go. And as things turned out, he couldn't. Rosie and Hank had become stuck together. But they didn't care. After all, it's better to be stuck in a hug than stuck all alone. The end. I hope you enjoyed that book. Now we're going to do an activity to go along with it. All right, nobody hugs a cactus. Cactus. That's a word that begins with letter C. And today, I brought the letter sound box to talk about letter C. Do you know what sound letter C makes? K, k, cactus. Well, today, I brought my box to do a guessing game. I have 3 items inside that begin with letter C. Do you have any ideas? I'll give you a hint. The first one is something that you use to draw with. K. What could it be? What is it? Crayon. That's right. Crayon begins with letter C. K, k, crayon. Nice job. I have 2 more items. Can you think of any? There are lots of things that begin with letter C. This one makes a sound that you're familiar with. What is it? Do you know? It begins with letter C. Cat. You got it. Cat. Cat begins with letter C. Oh, I have 1 more item in my box that begins with letter C. This item is something you probably use every day. You use it to help you take a drink. What could it be? Cup. It's a cup. Cup begins with letter C. Cup. Nice work. Lastly, I want us to try to draw the letter C. Do you have something that you can write on? If not, you can use your pointer finger in the air. You start at the top and curve all the way down to the bottom. Letter C. Thanks for joining me today. Goodbye.
Get 3 books in the mail. Sign up today. Go to Ohio Imagination Library.org to find out more.